All right, bro. 5-0 for City right now. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, actually, it depends because my fantasy league, who scored?
Phil Foden had two, Riyad Mahrez had two, and David Silva, who I have on my fantasy team, has one.
Did Kyle Walker get any assists?
Dude, he didn't even start. They're
He's not.
starting.
Wait, he's not starting.
Looking at the line, I'm looking at the lineup right now, and they got João Cancelo in right back, who got a yellow card already.
I'm gonna have to make a transfer.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna keep a clean sheet, so it kind of sucks if.
I know, because if I had Kyle
Yeah.
Walker in, I would have got the extra points.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so unfortunate, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, roll the intro. All right, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to our second episode of the Just Some Jocks podcast. We got a couple things to talk about today, and
Dude, let's talk about Mike Tyson. Like, Buddy is trying to make a comeback at 53 years old into the boxing business.
yeah, I didn't even realize he was doing that until you told me about it earlier. And who's he fighting against? Like John?
He's trying to fight against John Jones because well, Mike Tyson is saying that like UFC fighters aren't getting paid enough as compared to the top boxers. Like, it even took Conor McGregor a fight with Floyd Mayweather to actually make hundreds of millions of dollars. So Mike Tyson's said to John Jones that he needs to fight someone on his scale to actually make that money, which is crazy. Dude is 53 years old. There's no way he's about to take on John Jones, who is 30 something years old.
Yeah, I got a 20-year difference right there between. There's no way Mike Tyson can still fight like he did when he was in his 30s.
That's like me fighting my dad.
I know. I think even though Mike Tyson's a legend, I think he's about to get rocked by John.
Yeah, he's gonna get his shit fucked.
Literally. All right. Anyway, to actually get into the topics of today, it's kind of a serious, I'd say a little bit more of a serious one. It's about how to stay healthy during quarantine. I'm sure you guys have seen hundreds of videos or just Instagram posts or something of people saying what you should do. But we're just going to talk a little bit about what we're doing and what's been working for us. So, yeah, pretty much here's our opinions on it.
At the beginning of this whole thing, I'm not gonna lie, I was in bed doing nothing, just playing Minecraft. What were you doing? I don't know.
I would go out and play. I mean, I play soccer on my own, in my backyard, or we were having workouts for our club team, but that was it pretty much. I would pretty much just chill in bed or do some homework and play soccer. But I'd just have hours on end of just either playing video games like FIFA or on social media or something. So yeah, starting it off you were I think everyone, not just us, but you can tell they were on a downward slope. Things weren't really going up from there. So.
If we when we were coming off a high school season, we were training every single day, and then we went from training every single day to doing nothing. So the COVID hit perfectly, or after high school season ended, we went from intense trainings every day to doing nothing.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just left me there wow, shit, what do I do during this time?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything besides just play video games.
Yeah, it was a big shift in life, but I am happy that not necessarily on the topic of health, but I'm happy we got to finish our soccer season,
Oh, I know. Compared to those some
baseball,
teams, yeah.
Baseball, track, none of them, that's their senior season, maybe some of them were getting recruited,
for the seniors, because they miss out, senior night, where, it's a special thing for the seniors and everything, that was special for me, I enjoyed that night, playing. I felt really good playing, but for the seniors to miss out on that, I feel that's terrible.
Yeah, that's a big experience you miss out on. So we're obviously really grateful for being able to play and finish our soccer season. But yeah, we feel for the other sports. But anyway, back to the topic of health. We've pretty much since that original first couple weeks of quarantine, where I would say even maybe the first month or so. Of just finishing, pretty much finishing schoolwork and maybe playing soccer here and there, but mostly just wasting your life on video games and stuff. After that, we decided I mean, it was not necessarily that we were all right, we got to stop this. It was more of just we were fed up with quarantine. We wanted to get outside, so
I wanted to see my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I was having to talk with them over Snapchat or something. It's just not the same as when you're all together and doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, so we're just all right, I'd rather get quarantine. I'd rather get COVID and hang out with everyone.
I don't know if I want to get COVID, but
dude, I'll risk it. I'd rather risk that and hang out with the boys than.
Bro, but would you see that a bunch of 20-year-olds are getting like the cases for 20-year-olds is increasing. I saw this one post where it was saying that like the cases that are asymptomatic are very rare. So it's like people aren't going to be spreading it out in public like asymptomatic really.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows if it's 100% true? I mean, you can't really tell if everything's 100% true nowadays.
Yeah, but anyway, so what we've been doing is like we've had like this kind of like a morning training session, and we get like it's like probably like a pretty good group of people. We started probably a little over a month ago, and it's like they do like a 4v4, like a 5v5, so we get like around 8 to 10 people out to our high school in the morning, and we just like we'll just like pretty much just play like short-sighted games, not like any like drills or anything. Literally just like go into pugs, 4v4, 5v5, and it's like I think it's nice just not only getting the physical activity and like being outside in the sun and all that, but just like seeing a bunch of like familiar faces, and I'd say it's still pretty safe, right?
Yeah, we're outside. It's not like we're not, it's not like we're in an enclosed area where like everyone's like sharing germs and all that.
Yeah.
We're outside. We're not really touching each other. I mean, you pass the ball in soccer, you're not. I don't know.
We're trying to keep it the same people as well. Like we're not like every now and then we'll have a new person come, but it's not like we're just having a bunch of random people there every day. You know, it's like people you're pretty familiar with, and so yeah, it's pretty healthy, I'd say. That's one of the big changes we made.
When you were during quarantine, were you like motivated to do anything?
No, it was hard because I hate playing soccer like on my own. Like
yeah,
I mean, you
terrible.
get it done, like you go out and do it, but it's like it's just so draining on you, and like when you're playing with friends, like the time just flies by. You're having a good time. When you're playing your own, it's like you'll check your phone and you're like, dude, I've only been playing for like 20 minutes.
You don't even get better when you're playing by yourself, really, because what I noticed when I like after a couple weeks of quarantine, I was just like going out doing like cone sessions. It was like it didn't help me at all, like because when I started doing like the 5v5 like side games, like when I first came back I was terrible as shit, and so like I like that just shows that like just doing cones drills by yourself just is not the same as like actually just going out there and playing, because one is like you're having more fun, and two it's game realistic. It's game realistic, and you're just building your reactions instead of just like going through the motions of soccer, which we've done for such a long time. We don't really need to anymore.
Yeah, on your own you can improve your technique and your first touch and little things like that, but it's like that stuff is like just so small in the actual games, like compared to like playing 5v5 or 4v4. It's like game realistic situations, like taking on players 1-on-1 or like 1-2s around a defender, just like stuff that you actually do in games and not just like passing the ball against the wall like 650 times.
Yeah, and like the guys that show up are quality.
Yeah, we got Ramon, who's a former Division II athlete, a Division II soccer player at Holy Names. Our high school coach Eddie, who played professional in futsal and for the I think El Salvador
Eddie
national
is terrible, by the way.
Yeah, they got some beef there.
Yeah, Eddie and I got beef.
And then me, Ethan, we got a couple friends that come out, like Caleb, Jared, who played high school with us, and then also some other Division II and Division I players have come out before. So yeah, it's pretty high level too. It's like it's game realistic high level. So not only are you getting better, but it's healthy for you during this time.
Eddie, if you're watching this, I was just kidding.
No, he wasn't.
Well, I mean, I did like whenever I do like I about to make a pass, he just steps in front of me and he trucks me.
He's annoying to play against. He's a good player.
He's smart. That's what it annoys. It annoys me. He's just smart. Like he does that thing where like you're trying to dribble and like go, and then like he'll just like lay on the ground in front of you, and then like it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's stuff you see in like FIFA.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, we another guy came out today named Frisbee. John Frisbee, we used to like play with him a lot. I think he moved to Las Vegas probably about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. So we hadn't seen him in a while. But yeah, he was talking to us about like supplements, and he's just really knowledgeable and like with the human body and health, and so he was just talking to us a little about like supplements and creatine specifically.
Yeah, aren't you taking creatine right now?
Yeah, which is something I recently started because it was like recommended by my college, and like it's just something. It pretty much what creatine does. It's pretty much like a pre-workout, but it's like it'll like, I mean, I'm obviously not an expert, but just what, like, from what I read up on, it's supposed to like just give you more energy and help like with recovery time in between sets. So the protein itself doesn't build muscle, but it'll give you like the energy to get more reps and more sets in to build muscle. And so I feel like that's important for me right now, which is why I started taking it, because like where I'm playing next year, a lot of the guys are like big and everything, and I feel like I was like one of the smaller. Not that I'm like small, but like just like compared to like some of those guys who are like 6'2", 6'3".
Are the guys on your team taking creatine?
Yeah, it was.
Since it was recommended from your college, right?
Yeah, it was our athletic trainer set out like an infographic and was like how it could pretty much just like how we could improve or how we could benefit from it. And she didn't necessarily she didn't really say like take this, like you gotta take this, but it was like if you're like consider, like we support you if you consider taking this, and so I was like, yeah, why not, like. I'll take any advantage I can get or any boost I can get.
Creatine is crazy though. Isn't there like side effects?
There's like, it's not like super
if you're
crazy.
safe with it, right?
Yeah, it's been like, it's definitely been tested like a lot. It's like one of the most tested drugs.
Performance
or yeah, I mean
enhancement?
it's not
It's
even a
not
drug.
illegal, right? Like
No,
you
no.
can okay.
Yeah, I mean you get it from like GNC. It's like super well tested. It's actually just a protein powder, not even like a drug.
Is it banned in some sports or is it?
No, it's completely legal.
completely
Yeah,
legal.
it's
That's good.
I forget what it's called. It's like I can't even remember. But there's like it was tested to make sure it was like legal and everything. And yeah, it's the side effects are, it's nothing even big. Like if you do
Just like gas.
yeah, there's bloating, which is like if you just take it a lot. But like yeah, I mean
you said that you're taking a lot. You're overloading right now.
Yeah. So I just started, and so what you're supposed to do, there's a couple different ways in which you can take creatine, but the like one commonly used way is like you'll overload when you first get it. So you're supposed to have 5 grams a day, but the overloading technique is like you have like 20 grams a day, and just kind of let it like sink in or like soak up your bones and
so you're having
your
4
body.
times the recommended
Literally,
for
yeah.
the first week.
You don't have it like all in one dosage. You'll spread out throughout the day, and
is it just water you have to take to or is it like eating too?
you can, well, creatine itself is in foods like beefs and everything, but because it's like a naturally made like substance, but
It's natural. It's like
yeah, it is
melatonin.
natural. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, you can get in food, but like in order to like avoid side effects, like when you, like for example during the overloading phase that I'm doing right now, like you just gotta drink extra water. It's like I haven't really been feeling any side effects or anything. It's just I definitely like have already felt better, like with more energy in sports. So I'm seeing only like good signs from it right now, and I think as long as I just keep drinking water and just slowly like taper down into 5 grams a day, I think it'll only be beneficial.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, like I would be scared to take creatine because like if you feed me like vitamin E, like I'd be scared about the side effects of vitamin E.
Yeah.
Like that's just who I am.
That's just Ethan.
I'm scared of like taking supplements like that.
Yeah.
Like that's why you'll never see me doing drugs because I'm the guy that'll like freak out and like nobody will like.
Yeah.
Everyone will just be like, "What is this guy doing?" If I were, I would be scared.
Yeah, this Ethan is just so like, he's like funny about how he does. He's serious about his health. Like definitely, he takes like his vitamins, his fish oil in the morning.
I gotta make sure I have my fish oil, my vitamin C, and my daily multi every morning.
Like, dude, he's always like.
Or else I feel like I'm gonna die.
He has to have these little things. Like you asked one of our friends Josiah. His mom. We went like with Josiah's family a couple weeks ago. Last week we went on a.
To Big Bear. Right?
Yeah, we went cabin to Big Bear. We were talking about that last episode, I think. And Ethan asked Josiah's mom, like, if you could go back in time and like to when you were a kid, would you take these like vitamins and fish oils?
Would you take it back then?
Yeah, would you take it back then, and so like you could have the benefits?
She was like, "What are you talking? Like, no, like it doesn't even matter." But like it kind of does. Like I'm just benefiting my future by taking it now.
Yeah, we all give him B for it. We think it's funny, but I mean, obviously it's not doing any harm. And anyway, her answer was like, I don't even know if I would take it now. Like,
yeah, she did it. She wasn't even down for it.
So it's like, I mean, it's whatever. He's just funny about stuff like that, but. Yeah.
Dude, that trip was crazy.
That trip was awesome.
Remember when we were playing soccer right by the lake and like Jared kicked it hard and then it went over to that one girl and I went to go pick it up and I slipped on the grass and landed on my ass right in front of her and I was like, sorry. And I just got up and walked away. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, bro, we played so much soccer on that trip. We
Yeah,
went.
I stubbed my toe and it still
Dude,
hurts.
there were some difficult surfaces we were playing on.
Oh, let's talk about that one game we were playing.
Which game?
The red door, yellow door.
Oh.
Oh,
shit.
you're
Alright,
okay. I'm not kidding you. Jack right now is wearing a red and yellow shirt.
This might be a bit of a longer podcast thing because this topic takes a while. So this one might be longer than expected, but
That's all good.
All right, so
we'll end on this.
Yeah, we'll end on this. So I don't even know where to start. Red door, yellow door is the name.
Let's talk about how we how we found out about it.
All right, yeah. So we're at the cabin, and
we see so Josiah's sister has brought friends too, and they're playing this weird game. What are you doing over there? Like the goal, how you start is you put your hands in the air, and everybody around you starts saying red door, yellow door, any other color door, and you keep on repeating it.
Temples rubbed. So
at the same time.
Yeah, someone is rubbing your temples while your head is in their lap and your arms are out. It just looks straight out of a horror movie. It's bad, but so we're dude, what the heck are you guys doing? And so they explained the game to us, and Ethan and I were both so scared to
I was
do it
because I'm definitely afraid of ghosts. I don't think I was not afraid of ghosts until 7th grade.
Yeah, so pretty much the point of the game is 100% your imagination, and what you do is you try to imagine a door, a red door, a yellow door, literally any color door that you want to imagine. You just try to imagine it, and at first it's 100% your imagination. You're all right, I see a yellow door, and then someone will be what is the house around the door, and your brain will or what house, what door is the house on, and you'll be wait, what door is the house on? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, you just said she explained it. She said you just have to imagine a door, and any house that you know.
Yeah.
And then you have to walk into it, but it feels like it's your imagination.
Yeah. So.
But then when you walk into it and you put your arms down, is when your imagination takes over.
Exactly, and so you walk into the house. So example, say I think of a yellow door, and then someone's all right,
you have to physically think in your brain of a yellow door.
Yeah, this is all your imagination. You're seeing a yellow door, but so you'll be all right, I see a yellow door, and then the person who's rubbing your temples will be all right, walk in that door, and they'll be what house are you in? And then your imagination will automatically
take over, and you're supposed to put your arms down by your side.
It's not necessarily that it's 100% your imagination at this point, but it's just it's still
it's an interactive video game in a way.
Yeah.
I never tried it because I was too scared.
I did it. I did it twice. I was scared as well to start.
When you started talking, about the guy in the black suit wanted to talk to me, and I was all right, fuck that, don't bring me up in your imagination.
It's crazy. The thing is people will see the same things. So for me,
I went
in,
was crazy.
And I was they were all right, what do you see? And I was in my friend Jared's house. I was all right, I'm in Jared's house. They're what do you see? And I was I saw in my, obviously it's just your brain making these figures or things up.
Off of your memory.
Just on a snap, on a fly, your brain's just all right, I'm going to just put this thing here. And so I saw some, just this random black figure. And everyone else saw that same thing. They're dude, I saw that. Or you'll see an orange kid and they'll be oh my gosh, I saw that orange kid.
But what I was thinking is that when you when the first person does it, everyone that goes after her has that picture painted in their brain, so that when it's their turn, they already have that in their what to when someone says, "Oh, I see a yellow an orange kid," and then the person really they would have that picture in their brain because when Jared was doing it, when the video game was in my mind, I felt I was watching what he was seeing, so I feel it'd be easy to just have the same pictures in your head when you do it.
You would have to try it. You'd have to test it on someone. For example, my sister or something. You have to test on without telling them any previous knowledge you know about it.
We should do that.
Yeah, we should do that. I think that's what we're gonna do next. But but you just have to test that and see what do you see, and then if they actually see the same stuff, then something's up. But it's just weird because it's
and then something's up.
It's virtual reality. It's all in your brain, but it's it's also something I don't know. It's all your imagination, but it's also you're just not actually there either. It's you're somewhere else, but it's all your imagination. It's so hard to explain.
I didn't want to do it because all the girls that were there were saying oh, Ethan's the type of guy to get trapped in it and then die. And I was okay, really? So I'm the one dude that'll die doing it. So I ended up not doing it because they all advised against it. But then on the last night when we were there, I was Ethan, do it. And I'm you said I would die. I'm not going to do it.
Even I was telling Ethan, it was like, because the thing is, like, I was scared too. I didn't realize like what it was, because the way they were explaining, I thought it was like you're just like completely out of it.
I
Like,
thought it was something paranormal, and it still
Yeah.
seems something paranormal.
I was like, dude, am I like unconscious? Like, can I even like wake up from this? But then when I did it, I was like, okay, this is so easy to wake up. Like, my eyes were like twitching during it though.
Yeah, when
But,
you
like,
I saw you when your
yeah.
eyes started twitching, you like freaked out about
Yeah.
it, and then you're like, I'm waking myself
Yeah.
up.
But like I knew I was in like complete control the entire time, and that I could wake up whenever, and that it was like all my imagination. So I was like trying to tell Ethan, I was like, just do it, bro. Like
That's
but no, I feel it because I was extremely scared before I started
yeah,
it too.
and nobody was telling you that you would get trapped
Yeah,
inside of
yeah.
it and then die.
It was
But-
cool though. I don't know. This probably sounds like terrible. Like it probably sounds like you guys are like, what are you talking
Yeah, what are you
about?
talking?
I'd recommend like just go.
search up and like
Yeah.
like do your research on it, but like
It's called red door, yellow door. Just
Like,
it's
don't do it if you're like you feel like uncomfortable doing it. Because I mean I didn't do it because I felt uncomfortable,
yeah.
And
Do it with
so-
like a big group of people if you're already
Yeah.
doing it anyway.
like close friends.
Yeah, so yeah, look it up. We were like, this probably just sounds so confusing and like, so just I'd say just research it if it's something you're actually interested in. But yeah, that was our best try at explaining it. All right, so we got some recommendations from last episode from some listeners and friends that they were like, yeah, don't do the multiple choice and like don't say the answer right after. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give you that question, leave you with it to do your research or whatever, and we'll give you the answer to the question at the beginning of the next podcast.
This week's trivia is about Mike Tyson, and the question is, how many fights in Mike Tyson's career did he have?
So thank you guys again for tuning in today. Thank you for listening and for all the support, and we'll see you on Sunday's next podcast?
Sunday's the next
Sunday.
podcast.
All right, sounds good. Roll the outro.